A basement is a basement underneath the house. If that basement extends underneath the garden, then the lid of that basement is a podium deck.
Right.
Yeah, so the lid of the box that's exposed. It means that not only does the basement have to be waterproofed from the side and underneath, it also needs to be waterproof from the top.
Okay.
So it's a whole another layer of waterproofing and a different way of thinking when it comes to podium decks. And the defects that we find the most is that the difficulty of connecting the waterproofing of the podium deck to the damp course of the house. We've got many cases that we're dealing with at the minute where they have waterproofed the basement, they have waterproofed the podium deck, but they haven't linked that waterproofing into the damp course of the house. To explain that further, just saw the look on your face, like, you know. To explain that further, when a house is built off the ground, it will have a membrane underneath the slab that laps up and links into the damp course of the house. So that means the whole bottom of the house is protected against damp. When you have a basement, and particularly where there's a podium deck, they typically have a groundworking contractor that will build the concrete box, and then the builder comes in to build the house off the top. And so they build the house in the same way they would build a ground-bearing house, meaning that the bottom part of the brick that would normally be below the damp course and below the membrane that I spoke about is then just in the open underneath the ground. And so they seem to, that part gets missed the most. So where the water builds up on the podium deck, it just goes straight through underneath the foundation bricks and in underneath the ground floor and then into the basement.
Okay.
And then what I typically see is people who have gone, oh, we've forgotten this, and then we're going to try and repair it, and they pull out a tin of blackjack, which is like just a liquid tar bitumen, and they paint it on the wall to try and stop the water from coming through. So Francis Drake might have used blackjack on the bottom of his galleon 400 years ago, but we have advanced a fair bit in our technologies of waterproofing since that time, and there are some very good systems that waterproof podium decks and link up with damp courses. So I would say they're the most neglected part of a basement, both in design and in build.
Right.